Guys, and welcome back to another episode of Health Matters. With the rise in coronavirus cases, it has become very important for us to take care of ourselves as well as our loved ones. Today, we have with us Dr. Sandeep Gupta, who is going to share his knowledge on how to take care of children in this pandemic situation. Hello, Dr. Sandeep. Welcome to Health Matters. And our today's discussion topic is COVID 19 and how to take care or the kind of guidelines we need to follow as parents. So, my first question to you is does COVID 19 affect children?
Pandemic is children are getting affected by COVID, but it has been seen very clearly that children are not affected that severely as compared to adults. In children, the disease is mostly limited to mild illness. By mild illness, I mean only getting fever, cough, and cold, and not getting a higher extent of disease wherein they may get breathing difficulty. So breathing difficulty, oxygen requirement or ventilator requirement, these things have been less in children and actually far less in children compared to the adults. And children who are getting infection, only 2 to 5% of them only are getting symptomatic, means they are having this fever, cough, and cold. Most of them are actually asymptomatic, means we do not know that they get the infections. So somehow the children's body is adapting better to the infection. There is a lot of scientific basis to that. They say the certain receptors which coronavirus actually gets binded in the body is not present in adequate amount in children, so thereby children are inherently protected against coronavirus. Right at this moment we know this much. So definitely the severity of illness has been less in pediatric population compared to the adults, and that has been a fortunate part for us as a pediatricians.
Right, but then what do we actually do if like our child they develop cold, cough, or like sore throat? So then what should be our lookout on that?
Thing is, children do get cough, cold, and fever and sore throat because of multiple infections. It's not only the coronavirus. You see, like simple flu infections or any bacterial infection also can cause a similar amount of symptoms. So these things are very common problems, and not all of them will be coronavirus. So what you should do is, if these are only mild symptoms, by mild I mean only fever, mild grade fever and cough and cold, then you can take an online consultation with your regular pediatrician or doctor, who will advise you about some cough medicines and fever medicine and antibiotics. And unless you require oxygen support or any kind of breathing distress is not there, then you need not go to the hospital. So we can take care in this way. If the severity is more, then definitely you need to go to hospital, wherein doctor may test you for corona and establish whether it is a corona infection or not. And if it is not corona, then even so, if the severity is more, they will treat you accordingly. So when treatment is required, you need to go to hospital, in the sense when oxygen is required or breathing difficulty or fast breathing is there. Otherwise, you can stay at home and take prescribed medicine from your regular physician, and in that way we can take care. Mostly it has been seen that most children who are getting corona infections are actually not becoming severely ill, like I said before.
But there is also one aspect where at least us like adults, we will wash our hands, we'll be cautious that we won't touch any unknown surface. But then with children, how do you actually inculcate these hygiene practices?
The same, because it's a contagious infection, you have to practice hand washing for 20 seconds every time you go out or you touch any food substance or anything like that. So hand washing becomes very important. Second thing is mask. Use of mask is actually very essential. In children less than 2 years, they cannot breathe through the mask and it becomes very difficult for them. So less than 2 year children, it is not advised to put on mask, but any children above 2 years can be put on cloth mask at least. So this mask is again an essential thing. Again, it is very important to follow the safe distance, what we call as social distancing, and allow limited amount of exposure to risk of infection. That means you should be staying indoor as much as possible. Nowadays, because of the schools getting closed and all the public places are becoming closed, so we are not using the public gathering as such. So that is a good thing. So that is the thing. So we have to maintain the social distancing, follow the hand hygiene and all these things to prevent infection. I understand because of the energy levels the children have, and the activity they want to do, it is very difficult for them. But then family support makes it practice. So what has to happen is parents also have to stay with children and engage them in different kind of activities like homework or crafts or daily activities, like even they can be encourage them to do gardening or any other hobbies like making uh, drawings and pictures and arts, and all those things can be taught to children, and that way they can keep them busy. So these are the things which are actually helping people to cope up with this thing, though it is not very natural for children to stay indoors and stay in a confined area, but this is the demand of the time and we have to accommodate accordingly.
My next question was actually how to keep children engaged at home. I think you've already started explaining some of that. So if you could elaborate on that.
So majority of the schools now have resumed their functions. So most of the time, children will be doing their homework. We have to oversee that and help them with their daily academic activities. But we have to also take care of their actually gaming or play activities. So we have to make them play whatever games they want. And in games, we don't want them to play games on laptop or TV. We need to make them play physical games, maybe indoor games, which are possible. So that way, and even in your own terrace, you can play with your children for some time in under supervision, I mean. And then again, you can allow children to talk to other children over like digital space. You can make them talk to each other on video calling. So these are all are important way to engaging them. Other thing is you can read to them. So children are very interested in reading stories and knowing more about things. So that way, whatever their interest is there, that you can serve them in that way. So speak to them and teach them about different aspects of life. All these things can be done, and mostly based on their interest, you can guide them. Other thing is, which is very important, is you can still exercise and like do some physical activity inside the home or in the corridor as a family. So you do some regular habit of doing some physical exercise that will keep you fit and healthy also.
Right, and thank you so much for your insights. And this brings me to my last question, that as a pediatrician and as per your expertise, what other things should parents especially keep in their mind?
Is because of this pandemic and because of the lockdowns, children are not ventured outside the home, and that makes them psychologically in a difficult space. So they go into some kind of low mental state and feel bad about not getting to do what they used to do regularly. So we need to address this issue very cautiously. So what we need to do is we need to speak to them as to what they understand or what they want to know about what is going on, and be honest with them in sharing the information what is happening again. And we should assure them that this is a temporary phase in their life. This will be overcome, because see, medicines are getting developed and vaccines are coming through. So over a period of time, we will be getting over this corona period. So that should be told to them, and also it should be made them to understand that this is an opportunity for them to do other things what they cannot do, and acknowledge their resentment also about what they're not being able to do. So this is how you speak to them, and be patient with their behavior. Sometimes they may throw tantrums because of what they used to do, they are not able to do, and all these things. But then you have to be patient, and you have to carry them along with your side, and then make sure that they feel happy about what is happening at least, and they are not left alone. This is one very important thing, because a lot of psychological impact has been seen because of this corona lockdown in children. Another thing is you need to take care of their eating habits also, because they are staying indoors and they are staying mostly at home. We need to take care of their good dietary habits. So we need to give them a balanced diet. And another thing is you can make them speak to their own relatives outside the house through video calling and all. Like I said, their friend circle also need to be interacted. So we need to keep the interaction going. We need to keep a social contact, even though we are not coming in touch with anybody directly. This is very important.
Thank you, doctor, for your insights. I think a lot of parents who are watching this will actually take on and grab on to some tips that you've given, and it will actually help them a lot, because I feel in this lockdown, it's fine for us adults to figure it out. We are grown up, and we are in that phase where we understand the criticality of the situation. But with children, it can actually get very difficult, and your insights have helped us a lot to kind of understand how to deal with them. So thank you so
Guys,
much.
if you enjoyed the discussion, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Also, turn on the bell notifications and comment down any questions related to health and wellness, and we will try to answer it in our next episode.